Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of So Fired. I'm Chelsea Toronto.
And I'm Dr. Lindsay Regier.
And welcome. Each week on So Fired, we take life's shitty things and turn them into pretty things.
And we discuss all of life's discrepancies. And this week, we're going to chat about Britney Spears, the dangers of stand-up comedy, and who knows where I'll go from there.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
But before we do, Lindsay, what's your So Fired of the week?
Okay. So my existential crisis.
I thought you were going to say my ex.
I know.
I was like, what ex?
I know. I'm like my middle school boyfriend. My existential crisis of trying to switch careers, find a new job. It is laborious. It is time consuming.
Are you been reading a lot more lately?
I've been reading The Crown and that type of era of book.
Oh, listen to you.
I've been reading fiction, historical fiction.
Next, it's going to be like Jane Eyre. Okay, go on.
So it's discouraging out there. You know, you would think that I would have skills that transfer to something other than talking. But so I'm just like shooting my shot at every single person and application that I can. And today I had a really awesome interview for another chiropractic position, which got me all fired up. And you know what? I just realized that I don't need any really skills. As long as my personality can take me places, that's all I need. Like, fuck hard skills. I'm just going to lean on my soft skills.
That's what I'm saying. Soft skills are where it's at. Yes. Hard skills can be learned.
100%.
I know. I have been ashamed of not having hard skills.
No, they're way overrated.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so exciting. So what happened?
So I had this interview today, and this guy started off like a hard ass drill sergeant, kind of intimidating, a little bit of a dick. And I was like, okay. But I powered through, and I was me, maybe on crack, like turned on. So I really had to like put my game face on.
I think you like hard asses.
I love hard asses because I love to see them crack, and then we can give each other shit. And then as soon as he started to swear, then I was like, okay, this is where this conversation's going. So I can throw in a couple swear words here or there and really give him my feisty side. And he's like, well, I like you. I'm like, thanks.
Yeah, it was only a matter of moments.
Yeah, like, duh. So I'm moving forward in the process, and we'll see where that takes me.
Woo!
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
This one feels right.
It does. It feels really good, and it feels like a good transition rather than a hard pivot.
Yes, it feels like a platform.
Yeah.
In which you can take everything that you've amassed and everything you've learned and built and take it with you.
Yes. So yeah, it's exciting times.
It is exciting times.
Woo!
Woo!
What's your So Fired?
Well, as you know, I have debuted my stand-up comedy career.
Mm-hmm.
This week I was determined to do more than one stand-up.
Mm-hmm.
I did 3. And that's a lot. Tuesday, I fucking bombed.
I didn't actually watch the whole video yet.
Don't.
Okay. I did. I watched it to the part where you did a joke about Big Mike and it wasn't landing. And then I saw you getting uncomfortable and I was like, I think I've seen enough. So I don't need to watch it.
No. You don't. Because there's nothing salvageable there.
Okay.
But point being, I got right back on that horse and I went again last night, Wednesday night at Wide Right, what happens to be a Buffalo bar. So I took that as a good sign. My sign up number was number 18 because you get there and you sign a list. You like sign in and you have to, depending on what time you get there. And I jumped ahead of the line and somebody crossed off and they're like, do you want this number? I have to leave. And it was 18, which is my lucky number. And then because there's not a lot of lipstick comedians, which is a term I personally have coined, the MC was like, hey, would you be willing to go early on? And I was like, damn right. So I went top 10.
That's a big deal.
It is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
And I think I did a good job because my newest best friend, Adam, shout out to Adam if you're listening. He Tuesday night was like, don't leave upset. Like everybody bombs. I've only been doing this for 3 months and I've seen everyone bomb, including myself. He's like, come back. So I did. And he was very proud. And so anyway, when I walked off stage, she's like, "You did so great. And clearly you've practiced." And he's like, "That was amazing. You know, you let da 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 da." So a lot of positive things. And what I was particularly proud of, Adam did not go top 10. Adam went like last 10,
Oh.
but I stayed to watch
Mm.
him. He's like, "Dude, you do not have to stay." He's like, "You do not stay up this late." And I was like, "No, I do not." It was like, we're looking at 1:00.
Jesus.
I could have left by like 9:30.
Oh, that would have been me.
But you
But
can't when you have a newest best friend.
I know. And you're trying to get into the scene and get to know all the players, and you got to put in your time, get to know, like buddy up with someone. And he's there to support you. So that is being a good friend.
He's like, "Dude, that was really cool." I was like, "Yeah, dude, you gotta, what is it?
Yeah, you got to show up.
How you do one thing is how you do everything."
Mhm.
So I was actually just as proud of myself for doing a quality bit as I was for showing up for this guy.
Yeah.
I actually might be
Big-
more proud that I was like, no, the right thing to do. So when I ran off on I ran like it was like a Marsha Brady Brady moment where I just like ran off like and I like ran down the street to get back to my car, and he came running after me.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Chelsea, don't leave." And he's like, "Come back." And then I was like, "Oh my gosh, did I miss your set?" And he's like, "No, no, no." And I was like, "Well, I'm coming in to watch you. Like, I'm trying to be a good person."
Yeah.
And I think this is what that looks like.
So you crushed it in comedy and as being a good person.
I don't know how you wanted to grade me against the professionals. I don't think that's how this goes yet.
No. You're misunderstanding what I'm saying.
Because I asked Lindsay, because she came and you did see me on Monday.
Yes.
I asked Adam, I was like, was I better on Monday
Mhm.
or Wednesday? And he was like, by far tonight.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we like to grade each other
On everything.
On everything.
1 to 5.
Yep, 1 to 5. 1 to 5. And like 3 is like, okay, that's pretty good. So
No, it's not. I saw one of those pictures where I was like in a bathing suit and I looked horrible, and you give me a 3. I was like, you know what? Your grading system is way off. It's too skewed in a positive direction. You are like the mother that I never had, who's always like, "No, you're great." And I'm like, "No, I'm not great. Stop lying to me."
trying to give you a compliment.
I don't believe him.
So I'm telling her, like, okay, you got like a 3.7 out of 5, because from the first time I saw her to when I saw her the second time, I was like, wow, that is a 3 to a 3.7. That's a good jump. And I'm saying 5 is your professional standard. I'm not saying the professionals. I'm saying like when you are a professional, you're not at a 5.
You would have given me a 4 last night.
Okay.
Maybe more.
Okay. So now at this point forward, to get from like 4 to a 5, I'm a harder grader.
I also think we have to say, hey, like this is like 4th time.
Yes.
I think we're gonna what 5 is going to change as this evolves.
Yes, 100%.
You know what I mean? Like I literally only have 4 performances under my belt. And you have to understand, 10,000 hours, you only get 5 minutes.
Mhm.
That's why you have to
You got to go every night,
like
multiple
an
times.
addict. You have to scour the website looking for where's the next. So you stack them. You'll do 3 open mics in one night because, that's only 15 minutes. You wait 90 minutes to get on stage. I mean, there was 40 people there last night.
Wow.
And I had to wait through all of them. They were not good.
Yeah, not good.
I don't know if I was great, but I was good enough that I wasn't bombing.
Honestly, it's easy to be good because now that I've gone a couple times, I'm like,
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, how long have you been doing this for? How are they performing in the top 10 before you? And why do you have to wait till 1 a.m.? So I question, but I think you have to get into the bro code and into the club, and then you'll get to go earlier.
So it's funny. You know how we're always there is a method and a way in which you recreate. Okay, what am I trying to say? Okay, so if we've learned anything from workbooks, there is a method to how this works. You go in, you network, you make a buddy. You go in, you keep showing up, you do all the, you just keep showing up so they see your face, bomb or not, doesn't matter. You're just there. Then you look for a mentor. Then you look for an agent, right? So we know this. I don't care what it applies to, whether it's like your business, if it's, comedy, trying to get in, you just do that. You just keep showing up and like stick your face right in there so they can't miss you. And this seems like so soft and malleable that this isn't business. Like I can penetrate my way in to the front of the line fairly quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you have the advantage because you're the lipstick comedian.
Yeah, there's not a lot of them.
Yeah. I mean, even I got up on stage and did it, and I was like,
Oh yeah.
this is it.
Yeah, it's like Toastmasters.
I know. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to feel like a whole new person.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. But I think that just getting up on stage and doing something somewhat outside of my comfort zone
Yeah,
was definitely a good energy shift for me.
clearly.
Yeah.
Look at today.
I'm on fucking fire today.
I know, me too.
Yeah.
I am in such a good mood. It's as if someone's like newly in love with me.
Oh, you're newly in love with comedy and it loves you back.
Mhm. Well, I was talking to this guy who's been doing it for 8 years, and he is like professionally paid to do it here locally. And I was like, and he looks like Eddie Munster with like a little mustache. Meh. Ugh.
Yeah.
He's not our aesthetic.
He's not my aesthetic, and
Ugh.
I feel like I can't get past it. So when he speaks, I get kind of creeped out.
However, he's a nice guy when you're sitting, and I was pumping him for information. I'm like, "Hi, I'm Chelsea. What's your name? Evan? Great. Hey, where do you put the mic? How do you stand? Do you use the thing? Where do you go? How do I keep doing this?" Like, he's like, "First, get comfortable." I'm like, "How do you get nervous?" He's like, "Look, Chelsea, whether you do a good job or you bomb, it doesn't matter. You walk off the stage, it's over."
Yeah.
He's like, literally nothing matters.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, so have fun with it. I was like, well, what's the first thing I should learn? He's like, just get comfortable. Try not to give a fuck. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. And we were talking earlier. It's like when we started podcasting.
Exactly.
Like we're going into year 3 right now, and it's taken us this long to finally get our shit together. And we put in our 10,000 hours. And when you're up there on stage, it's just like being on the podcast. And you're just talking into the
Except
abyss.
all these blinking eyeballs. And it's crickets. And there's a light shining on you. And you're like, but I didn't make eye contact, so it was fine.
Yeah. And honestly, like everyone that I've seen bomb, I can't even remember their names. It's not like I'm clocking it in my memory of like, oh my gosh, remember that one time that guy bombed?
No. Even the guys that are good, I don't remember.
No. Mm-mm.
But they're not going to forget me.
Nope.
No, a tight t-shirt and lipstick. Works every time.
So yeah, that's our foray into stand-up comedy. Mostly you, and I'm just cheering you on at the sidelines.
Well, everybody keeps asking where you are.
I know. I'm a one-hit wonder.
I was like, she's health and wellness.
Yeah.
I'm entertainment.
Yeah.
But you should come back. I'm going to try and like reschedule, like rearrange my schedule. If there's a possibility that they would let me like work Mondays and have Tuesday, Wednesdays off.
Oh, okay. I'll definitely come on the Tuesday night one, the earlier one.
I mean, you still end up, you'll be home by like 11.
Yeah.
Tuesdays are fine.
Yeah, I don't feel the need to stay till 1 a.m. But you put in your time.
You have to do it. But you know what? I don't do anything on the weekends.
True.
And that's why this really works for me, because it gives me a reason to get dressed up. I'm going to seedy places. It's that artistic like need that I need to fill.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bunch of smart nerds. It really like ticks all the boxes for me.
It does. And I'm excited for the journey.
And I am the only lady in the crowd.
Yes, you are.
I'm not like, oh, I'm getting hit on. I'm just the only lady. I do love a male-dominated thing because it's so easy to get there.
All right. Well, should we move on to our issues?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't really have a lot.
Okay.
No, I mean, I do have them.
We always have issues, discrepancies in life. So my issue is that the other day I was getting ready to go to work. I'm doing my makeup. I'm like, wow, my makeup is looking so good. This is flawless. I love the contour. I love everything. I go make my coffee. I come back and I look in the mirror and my face is like fucked. Like,
what happened?
It was like, my issue is how do I go from having a really amazing face day to then coming back 5 minutes later and now I have an ugly face day? Like, I don't know what happened.
Did you have a nice face day to begin with?
Yeah, I thought it looked great. And then I come back 5 minutes later and I was like, so I'm having an ugly face day? I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened at the coffee machine. And what and the steps between the kitchen and my bathroom.
So what did you do?
Well, I sat there and I was like,
Did you start over?
Oh, fuck no. I never start over.
I always start over.
Never. No. I never start over, but I was like, maybe it's my eyebrows. So I'll start again with the
Oh, yeah,
eyebrows.
yeah.
And I'm like, okay, like maybe let's fill them in a little bit more. And I'm like, maybe maybe it's the eyes.
Yeah,
like,
so you do start over.
but I keep on layering on top and like just a smidge. Like maybe I just need like a little bit more of a wing. I don't know. And I'm like, maybe I should just like powder my face a little bit more and like, let's get the beauty blender out and blend some more. And then I'm like, I don't know. Maybe by the time I get to work, it'll be better again.
Was it?
It was.
Oh
So
my
like,
God.
I don't know what was happening. I guess I don't know what my face looks
Yeah.
like. And that's the issue.
Same.
Yeah.
Like when you filmed me,
Uh-huh.
I was like, my body is horrendous. It's hideous. My ass is huge.
I'm like, no.
You're like, you just don't know your body.
Yeah. You just don't know what you look like.
Isn't that amazing? Okay, I have a couple of issues for you. Ready?
Okay.
I don't like when you have a dog poop bag. I don't like it when I can feel the temperature of my dog's poop because it makes me nervous
Oh.
that
Ugh.
it's not sturdy enough to withhold it.
Oh. So, but it's not gonna be like a cold poop.
It can be if you're picking it up like a little bit later.
Oh.
Like I have that grass patch.
Yeah.
But like I shouldn't know the temperature of my dog's poop anyway because the bag itself should be like thick enough that you can't detect temperature.
Mm.
Because thick enough means supportive layer between your fingers and your dog's poop.
That is true.
And that makes me nervous. And I'm like, oh, you son of a bitch. And the fact that I can see my neon nail color through the thing, I'm like,
Oof.
oh, this is
Oh,
dangerous.
no. There's poop particles seeping through.
Oh, yeah.
If you can see your nails.
I know.
Mm-mm.
I was freaking out. I also don't like it when, you know how I feel about packaging, but the packaging that you've got to take off, I like with Dayquil, and you take it off, but then there's still that plastic ring underneath that you can't get it off the neck. And you're like, why can't I get it off the neck? And then like you hack it with a knife, and that's a real pain in the ass.
Do you struggle with bloating, anxiety, constipation, fatigue, skin issues, or other nagging symptoms, but don't know where to start or what to take to truly fix it? If this sounds like you, we have the perfect company that you need to meet. Gut Personal is a personalized functional medicine supplement and coaching company that gets to the root of your gut issues. Unlike generic supplements, Gut Personal developed a quick 2-minute quiz. You know, we love a quiz, where you'll receive personalized supplement recommendations from expert functional medicine dietitians. This way, you know exactly what supplements your body needs to get relief. I personally use the booster and the prebiotic for better digestion, and I know when I take it consistently, even my skin looks a lot better. So, if you're tired with dealing with painful digestive issues or mood swings, PMS, go over to gutpersonal.com, take their quiz, and then you can get your custom supplement regimen today. So, visit gutpersonal.com and use code SOFIRED10 to get a 10% discount on your first order.
I also have the issue of when it takes me longer to put my makeup on than it does to actually do a set on stage.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck's that all about? And except for the other day, it was like, oh man. So,
But you're out in public for hours. So it's worth it because
you're right.
You are out for hours.
Okay, but and I'm going to try not to be that asshole that like walks off when you're done.
What do you mean?
Comedy wise.
Oh, okay.
Because all these people okay, but that's not a part of my issue. But yeah, so those are some of my issues.
Okay. Well, I don't have any other issues, but I've been busy. And I've been busy listening to Britney Spears' memoir. I listened to it all in a day. And I'll give you my recap and you can give me your thoughts. So it's honestly amazing that she is functioning on her own right now because, I mean, her family was fucked up from the beginning. Her dad, I think, abused her, or no, her grandpa abused her aunt. And she's like touched on that. She's like, but my grandpa like didn't abuse me. I'm like, okay. But she like felt the need to put that in the book for some reason.
Why did she have to like out her aunt?
I don't know. But it basically goes through her time of growing up, Mickey Mouse Club, dating JT, touring, being conservatorship, and then to now. I feel like there could definitely be a second book just in the past like couple years of all the things that have been happening. But essentially, This is what happened. She had her 2 babies within, like, 2 years, and she had such severe postpartum depression that she was just spiraling and she couldn't control it. So then she would go out and party, and, like, all she did was drink. She didn't really do any hard drugs. She was just drinking a lot, wanted to go hang out with her friends. Yeah, as, like, a new mom should.
Or how old was she?
Like, young, 20
Yeah, leave her
something.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. But then her parents are like, I don't know, she's out of control. Like, she's drinking again. Oh my gosh. And like, she didn't know, she wasn't diagnosed with postpartum depression. It's looking back that her hormones were so jacked up and she couldn't like dig her way out of that mood. So she was partying a lot. And then her parents are saying, okay, okay, like, no, you cannot be partying anymore. So the whole head shaving thing was just her rebellion to be like, I am my own person and I want to do what I want to do. Like, honestly, all I want to do is have my kids, stay at home, be a mom. I don't want to be on stage anymore. I don't want to perform. Just let me live. Okay. But she's a cash cow. So her family's not having that, which is how she ended up under the conservatorship. And under the conservatorship, she she felt like she was like tricked into it and like her mom betrayed her and her friend was telling her like, hey, you know, it's like all going to be okay, don't worry about it, like you're going to be fine. And she was just in protection mode of her children essentially, and it got a little bit out of control when she was like with the paparazzi and then she's speeding off with her kid in her lap because she's scared and like she's scared for her kids, and it got all like all twisted into her being a bad mom, but it was honestly just like too overwhelming for her.
There's a lot of bad moms out there
There's a lot of bad moms out
that
there.
aren't necessarily thrown in a conservatorship.
Oh, I know. That's what she's saying. She's like, so somehow I could go out and perform and be acting and be dancing, but yet I can't control the food that I eat or the people that I see or the
They
friends that I
controlled the
have.
food that she ate?
Hmm.
Oh.
So the whole like 13 years that she was under the conservatorship,
God damn.
yeah, she was just like, what the fuck? She's like, are they trying to kill me? Like, I don't understand why they're being so controlling.
So what did they control when she was under that conservatorship?
So if she ever wanted to date someone, before a first date, they would give this guy her dating history, her sexual history, her medical history. Yeah.
Why would they give out her information? They should have hit. Okay, go on.
Yeah, I don't know. If she ever went to a party, her security would sweep the house to make sure there's no alcohol or drugs, not even Tylenol or Advil available. No one could drink at all until she was gone. The food that she ate, she had to eat chicken and veggies for like a whole year because her dad thought that she was getting fat. Hmm. And then whoever she dated, they controlled that. They all had to sign an NDA. No cell phone access for her. And if she did ever get a cell phone, they would find out and take it away. And she always had like parental controls on anything that she had. Yeah, any friends that she had, they cut her off from those people as well. And then she dated this one guy who was a producer, I think, of some kind, when she was in Vegas. And he was really into working out. And he gave her some pre workout or like energy supplements, whatever. And she was feeling so good. Her performances were top notch. She felt more energized. And she got sent to rehab because her dad was like, no, this isn't right. Like, I don't trust these supplements. Like, you're going to go to rehab. So she went to rehab for taking like pre workout, essentially. Like, that's fucking crazy. And even like her fiance that she had, Justin Trawick, I think his name is, like that was a good relationship, but then he became co-conservator because they were going to get married, and then that just killed the love. So like nothing bad happened.
These aren't. They should just call it captive. Like she was just like a prisoner.
Yes.
It feels like a bad marriage.
Oh, 100%. Because then she was married to Kevin Federline.
Oh yeah, a long time ago.
A long time ago, and he would like be smoking weed a lot, and she's like, I hate the smell of weed, but like somehow I'm an unfit mother when he'll like go get really high and then disappear for hours at a time and then come back whenever he feels like it. So like it was just so shitty, and I think it really like pointed out how the men can get away with doing anything. And she like made the point, oh, if a rock star male shows up to an awards show late, it's like, oh, whatever, he's cool. If a lady does it, no, she's having problems, she's having issues. And even like on stage, she gained a little bit of weight, and she knew that she gained weight. Her hair wasn't looking good. She didn't feel good about herself. People ridiculed her And at the same performance, like Justin Timberlake was there at the VMAs, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, JT, like we love you."
How do you feel about JT now knowing what you know?
I mean, I still like him, and
How can you still like him?
because she even talks about this in her book where she's like, yeah, you know what? I'll admit that I didn't know everything that was going on. I didn't understand like the media, and I didn't understand how to play the game, and they know how to play the game. And he played the game well, and I feel like she doesn't even really hate him. She's just like he he played the game better than I did. And I think that going from what, when he's like 21 or 22, whatever, 20s, and he's using her sexuality and virginity and broken heart story to his advantage, like that is very shitty. But I feel like if he wouldn't do that now. I think he's evolved.
Do you hope he's evolved?
Yeah, I mean, he's still like a serial cheater. I don't really care about that. But if he wants to knock me up, I'll take him.
Oh,
I'm ready.
man. Oh,
If that
man.
hall pass gets out of control, it's okay.
Wow.
I will not abort that baby.
Oh, my God. I did not. Okay.
Yeah. And then just like one other thing about the whole like rehab thing. She's like, I don't even drink alcohol. Like, why the fuck am I in rehab? Like, they would just send her to rehab whenever she started to get too much of a mind of her own. And she talks about how she reverts into being a child and a teenager. She goes from like angry woman being trapped into a teenager and child because they won't let her make any decisions. And it's like so back and forth all the time because she's like, I don't know what you want from me. And like, now I don't even know how to make decisions. Like, is it the right decision? So I feel like that's where she's living right now, as in she's not trapped anymore, but she still is like, well, my decisions are still being criticized all the time and nothing I do is
She
right.
should move away.
She should move away.
Like to another country.
Oh yeah, like
And just stop
like,
being Britney Spears.
yeah, move to like Switzerland or something.
Or like Barbados or somewhere like chill. Like just
Mhm.
like, you know, have some land and just be cool.
Agreed.
Take away the TikTok dancing.
Yeah. Well, that is her one pride and joy. She's finally like they broke her soul and her spirit for dancing and singing. She's finally getting it back now. And
on TikTok.
Yeah.
She seems crazy on TikTok.
Yes. Yes, she does. But that's like her being a child, a teenager again. Because she's like expressing her joy and her happiness through the dancing that she knows. She hasn't learned new choreography in like 15 years. She's still working with what she's learned a long time ago.
She's got a great memory.
She does have a great memory.
What about the knives?
The knives, she's like, chill the fuck out, you guys. Like, it's from a Shakira video, I think. A knife dance. But this is my one last thing that I found funny was that when towards the end of her performing days, I think in Vegas, she would wear really tight wigs and try not to move her head around at all and not to whip her hair around because everyone knows she loves to like whip her hair around. It's like a big like head toss, hair swinging because guys love it when you're whipping your head around. Like, it looks really sexy and flirty. And she's like, so I rebelled and I wore a really tight wig and I didn't move my head at all. So no, a hair in my head wouldn't like flick in the air. Like, yeah, you tell him.
I love how you love that part.
I do, because as a fellow extension wearer, it's like I do have to flick my hair around and have nice hair.
Yeah. Like, I get it, girl.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Speaking of guys getting away with whatever they want.
Yeah.
David Beckham?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't necessarily, everyone's like up in arms. His big documentary came out 2 weeks ago. And now, as a result, oh, I can't believe he cheated.
I can.
Are you fucking kidding me? He was like the biggest fucking deal ever in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And we hold him to the standards of the average American. No. People, he was such a big deal, like everywhere. And we want this guy to be like, no, you got to pick up the kids from daycare. And could you turn the crock pot on when you get home? Like, he can't be a living God and be expected. You know, like, Posh, you had, you know, I heard somebody saying like, oh, they're there for Travis, and that Travis is so hot that you know that even while he's fucking you, he's probably cheating on you while he's actually fucking you. And I would imagine the same thing to be the case when it came to David Beckham.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Posh, I would take money to the bank knowing A, he didn't want to divorce me, and B, how hard he did court me in the beginning.
Right.
And I'd be like, he did want me. And he's still showing up. And you might just have to like, ooh, take it the way you can get it, knowing that you didn't marry the guy next door.
Well, a couple things. The girl that he cheated on with, that was outed in the documentary, she also caught him cheating on her with someone else.
Shocker.
I know. And then I also heard on Dumois that they just have an understanding that it's like, you know what? You do you, I'll do me.
Yeah, but what does
And-
she do? She makes clothes.
No, I think she has a little side piece.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That makes me feel better. Because I
Someone
do.
in the fashion industry.
Who do you know who it is?
I don't know who it is.
Oh, I do like you do you, I'll do me.
Yeah. So
Speaking of which, shout out. Hey. I do love it. You do you, you do me. I was trying to explain that last night to my new best friend. He's like, what? Because the line goes something like, yeah, I was telling my roommate, otherwise known as my ex-husband. And it's funny, when you're speaking to an all-male crowd, the jokes don't land as well.
No, but you should do a bit on your roommate situation.
Ha ha ha. Okay.
Yeah. I think we can workshop something there.
Yes. So I like that it's even Steven. That makes me feel better. You have to accept what is.
Right. And just because you're famous, why does that automatically make you faithful? You know, it's like that standard is held that you
It
are gonna be super
automatically
faithful.
unmakes you faithful.
I know.
I mean, like, but he was bigger than Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And you expect him, like, women are throwing themselves at them. They're like, you're walking by, like, please, can I just suck your dick real quick? Please, 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 please. And like, I do know I fall in love like 10 times a night just during my regular shift to work. I mean, like, I fall back in love like every time I go to the bathroom or back to the kitchen. And it's at a tiny, tiny little Italian restaurant. And we expect David Beckham to like be faithful. Or even like Shakira's boyfriend, husband.
Right.
Also another major footballer.
Mhm.
Oh, I can't believe he cheated on her. Really?
Yeah.
I can.
I can. Any professional athlete, why would I ever be shocked? I'd be shocked if they're not cheating.
Yeah.
Let's hear those stories.
They don't exist.
Yeah.
They're unicorns.
Anyone?
Yeah, right?
No.
Oh, no. I mean, like, that's literally why they strive to be professional athletes. It's not for the love of the game.
Life on the road.
Oof. That's what will happen when I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
Comedian.
A comedian. That sounds like a very good life for you.
Coming to a town near you. Coming in a town in your town.
Well, that's all I got.
That's all you got?
Well, I mean, I do have one other thing I could talk about.
Okay.
So the Kardashians are always on my mind.
Always.
Kylie has a new clothing line called Khy, Khy. And it is affordable luxury. Nothing is priced above $200. It looks like a collaboration with another brand. So I don't see this being a full-on business for her. I think it might just be a collaboration with another brand, like a one-off.
So she's throwing her name on something. She's white labeling it.
Yeah. Well, I think this brand kind of helps other artists create a limited selection clothing brand.
So it's like what we do in our merch store.
Yeah. Ish.
White brand. Like
I
white
guess
labeling.
she designed it. I don't know.
Okay.
It looks like a lot of faux leather looks.
Ugh.
Yeah, this is my issue with it. This is my issue. Is that why? First of all, because when I think of Kylie, I do not think of fashion
No.
at all.
I think lips.
Yeah, same.
That's all I think.
Lips and makeup. Like that is her wheelhouse.
Yeah. You know who I think of in clothing?
Who?
Chloe.
Oh, yes.
And after sampling one of her compression bodysuits, I am sold.
Mhm.
I can't imagine what Skims are like.
Oh, I know. I need to get some Skims.
Yeah, I would like a Skim, just like our
Mhm.
bestie Bradley Thor.
Oh, yeah.
He is attractive.
He is attractive, especially in those Skims.
Yikes. when he turned around. I'm like, don't be shy. You don't need to turn around to put that shirt on or off. He's like, "Whoa." He's so hot. I can't stand it. And those suspenders.
Or when he takes the belt off with one quick motion.
Like he's whipping shit. And I'm like, whip this. And then I like bend over and put my ass in his face. I'm been naughty.
I know. I'm like, I can't believe this is on TikTok. It's steamy.
Steamy, she says, is PG-13. Who talks steamy?
It's steamy.
You're so corny in the cutest possible way.
That's why I would never cut it as a comedian, because I'm way too corny and I cringe at the things that people say. And I'm like, why are we talking about fucking your cousin? Like, that's disgusting. And I'm like,
know. And then they're like, oh, this is a total rape set. And I was like, because I mentioned rape, but like not in like the true sense. I did say rapists need a Yelp review because I want to be able to make an informed decision. Like, how hard is he going to work for it? Is he going to take me out to dinner? Like, are we going to go on location? Like, a girl's got to eat. So I got to figure out, like, is it going to be worth it? And that's fucking hilarious. I said that. And that actually just kind of came off the top of my head. I'm like, a girl does have to eat. So, like, if I'm going to be raped, like, let me think about it. And I was like, I don't really like the term rape. I think that's a little aggressive. I like to call it a struggle snuggle. I was like, because that's really what's happening. It's like, oh, no, let's just cuddle. How about just the tip? And you're like, no, I don't want to. That also happened.
they like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. So yeah, that's just like why I'll stick to health and wellness and corny jokes.
And Disney characters.
Disney characters.
Those are eyelashes and eyeballs.
Yep. Okay, that's actually all I got.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have anything else.
Okay. Well, we'll be back again for a second episode. So
Yay! We'll do it again.
We'll do it again. All right, you guys, make sure you share this episode with your besties, because that's how we keep on podcasting every single week, because you keep on sharing it with your friends. And make sure you are subscribed wherever you get your podcast, and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at So Fired Pod. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Disclaimer. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. The stories and statements expressed herein are experiences and opinions. They may not represent the views of the production studio or the hosts. If you disagree with our content, that's okay. No podcast is perfect for everyone.